Can you introduce yourself, please?
Okay, hi, I'm Roman. I'm from Slovakia. I'm 24. I live in London.
Can you reveal most common stereotypes about your country?
I mean, it's like pretty sure. I'm pretty sure it's like every Eastern European country. Like we drink a lot. We have beautiful girls. Yeah, it's cheap there. So yeah, it's obviously it's true. So yeah, we do drink more than the Western people. Yeah, it's much more cheaper to rent or any like prices for food, for services, for anything are much more lower. But on the other hand, the salaries are not that high as, for example, here in London. So yeah, it's also some good side and some bad side as everywhere.
So Slovakia is landlocked country in Central Europe. Can you tell me if the nearest country somehow affect the culture of your country, of Slovakia?
Basically, as long as we have been under control of Hungary in the history, then we became the part of Austria-Hungary. So of course, it somehow affected our culture. I'm pretty sure. Because, for example, south of Slovakia is pretty much oriented into Hungary, and a lot of like people talk like Hungarian. They also learn Hungarian in their schools. But I'm from north part, and yeah, I would say the influence, like Slavic culture. We have some of our own from like some villages which are pretty much in the mountains, or some folklore, or some kind of local foods. But I'm pretty sure it's like common in every Slavic country. It's a little, yeah, but yeah, I don't think like we have been influenced, but some barocks or some kind of some thoughts like in France or in Belgium or in England.
So Slovakia has a mountain location, and you have a lot of castles in there. So can you tell me and name top places to visit in Slovakia, in your opinion, and also if there is very popular in touristic area to travel to castles? Because you have a lot of castles. It's just the fact that in Europe you have most of the castles in Europe.
Okay, yeah, we have a lot of castles. So I have been on like two of them, like three maybe. I don't know. There is like really one big, which is an area of space. It's Eastern Slovakia. So yeah, you need to understand that it's not like a west part of Slovakia. So yeah, it's a little bit different. But I would definitely recommend you to go to Bojnice Castle, which is really nice. There is a zoo down, so it's like a lot of stuff to do for all day. There are also some festivals and stuff. Parking is really easy and it's for free. So I really like this place. And yeah, the yeah the road take there. It's first class road. So yeah, it's really easy to reach place. It's really nice and beautiful. I'm from north when we have the mountains like kind of grass, and yeah, you can visit them. But I think for a Slovak manners there, it's quite overpriced because yeah, it's there are some investors and entrepreneurs who build it like uh, to make it more money, but for average Slovakian, I think it's not really affordable. But yeah, I mean, yeah, high tetras are really worth to visit, but I would really recommend you to go to area of Čerchova, like Terchova. It's close to the place where I live, and there is also you can ski there. You can go to the mountains. You can see there are really nice waterfalls. So and it's the entry is for free to the national park. So yeah, you can see a lot of stuff and have a lot of good food and good beer.
Are Slovakian people traveling a lot inside the country or more of the time they go outside? Because I know that you don't have sea, like you from the each corner you have some country and you don't have sea in your country. So you travel inside a lot or you go abroad?
Oh yeah, this is really difficult question. for many hours of discussion, to be honest. But yeah, there are some people who are working in Slovakia who are not ambitious to go somewhere outside, or they are happy with what they have in Slovakia. But I heard one hypothesis a couple of years ago, like the best minds from Slovakia are going away. But this might be true because, but there is not too much Slovakians like in these top universities, like here in London. I only know like 5 or 6 Slovakians here in studying, 2 in London at the university, maybe somewhere in Cambridge, also at Uni of London, like me or some other people. But I mean, some kind of people who are working in metal industry or building industry, they like to go to Germany, work there because they earn more salary. They work there like 1 month, they go for 1 week home and once again, so they can support their family back home. And some people just stay there, or yeah, I mean it depends. It depends. Yeah, but it's a lot of people go outside, like for look to the job, like to Switzerland, Germany, Netherlands, or Austria. But UK, yeah, also to the UK. But the UK is not that good in terms of salary for these industrial services as, for example, Germany. So yeah, it's like more intellectual here, and especially London is really expensive. So yeah.
And talking about sport in Slovakia, I know that you have pretty good hockey team, and also maybe you do skiing. So can you tell me, because you're near to Austria and itself, Slovakia have mountains, so I guess you do skiing there.
As in terms of ski, we have really good woman who is skiing, Petra Vlhova. She's world champion, world champions of skiing. She became world champion of ski last year. She won the big Golden Globe and also a couple of small Golden Globes, I think for slalom or something. And she also won a gold medal at Winter Olympics in China. She ended a couple of weeks ago, and yeah, so yeah, she is really good, but it's like one individual. Before her, we had also one skier, but we don't have like some ski team which is really good. But yeah, some individuals are good. And in terms of hockey team, yeah, it depends. It's like a better in the UK, you know, 1 week it's sunny, 1 week it's raining. We are not like, we don't have a really stable, good performance, but I think it's becoming better. Yeah, we won some medals in the past, and we won bronze medal at Winter Olympics a couple of weeks ago in China, which was really big deal because it was our first medal ever. So it was quite crazy back home. But yeah, we are trying to do our best as everyone. Yeah.
And talking about traditions and rituals that only Slovakian people have, for example, can you explain some of them? The one that I heard, that you don't have a Christmas character, Santa Claus, you don't have Santa Claus, you have something else, different character. Can you explain a little bit about it and maybe some other traditions that you have?
Right. So yeah, we don't have Santa Claus. In Slovakia, you get the gifts from little Jesus, or like, let's say Jesus. Like Jesus is bringing us a gift. Yes. So because we are supposed to be Christian country, so that's probably because of that. And yeah, so it's a tradition. You go to the church on the midnight on Christmas Day. We get our gifts, and also we have a dinner on 24th of December, which is different than in the West, like in the UK. They have it on 25th December or 26th, like on Boxing Day. It's a little bit different. They get their presents in the morning, not in the night, like in Slovakia. And so it's like, yeah, I think probably, yeah, and we have a lot of like food, as I mean, in every Slavic countries like that. Like my mom is baking for like 1 week before Christmas to have a lot of like cookies and cakes and everything. So yeah, it's not the same here in London. We have really interesting traditions for Easter, for example. So like young guys, they visit every house in the village where are some single girls, and they literally they sprinkle them with water and they spank them with whips which are made of willow branches, and it's yeah, some people.
And you do it nowadays?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
It's really weird. But it's not that bad as it sounds, you know. In Slovakia, it's like fun, you know. The girls are okay, guys are okay, you know. We just splash water on them, we get chocolate eggs.
Yeah.
And yeah, if I would do it here in London, I would probably end in a police station with a charge for sexual harassment and assault by beating. So yeah, yeah. But in Slovakia, it's normal. When I say it, someone in the UK, they're like, "Oh, it's legal. Oh my god, it's so sexist," you know, because for the girls, like, yeah, they have the same rights as the guys, you know. It's patriarchy, and I'm always saying like, it's not that big deal, you know. It's just one day in a year, and it's fun.
For people who is not from Slovakia, how to perfectly fit in your country? For example, how to act or speak, or maybe you can name specific moments that person from not Slovakia should to know and perfectly like be accepted by Slovakian society.
Okay, honestly, yeah. So yeah, in Slovakia, I mean, it's for me, it's not that hard to fit it, but I think people from the West will have some maybe little difficulties because the behavior is different than here. For example, you come to the shop here, you know, there is a like a retail seller, and you just say him like, "Hi, how are you?" You know, you speak for a while. But if I would do it in a shop in Slovakia, like the lady there would be like looking really bad and awkward. And me, like if I'm okay or if I'm drunk or something, you know, why am I talking to her, you know? So they are not really, I would say, open for like conversing with strangers that much. Everybody is looking for his own, yeah, and they don't really like something new. It's really conservative over there. Like we have still, for example, like really uh, I would say really cruel punishment for like some minor drug offenses. For example, if you have like one joint of weed in Slovakia, you can end up for prison up to 5 years, which is like a complete joke. Yeah, because if you go just to Czech Republic, you just get a fine, and it's just over the border. In one country, you end up in the prison, and in the other one, you get a fine. You know. So yeah, it's these approach are really different, and I don't know. I feels like when I'm in Slovakia, like people are not happy with anything. They just hate everything, no matter what. Like you can do, like if you are, especially in politics, they can do something good, but people still hate it. And a lot of fake news, and so yeah, this is basically Slovakia. You know, we are in a Europe. We are one of the country with highest rate of people believing fake news and sharing fake news. So, for example, when someone says like uh, something like, let's say like COVID is fake, so people in Slovakia tend to believe it. Like 50% people for real, and they share it and say the vaccine is going to kill you, and there is a chip inside which will like follow your location and tracking you. Oh my god, it's headache. It has age. It has age. That's why when I talk with people from Slovakia, I don't talk about politics, about war, about some about world health, or just about simple things like weather or football or something really simple because you will find it. It's really easy. Yeah.
Yeah. Can you name most important celebrations in Slovakia?
Celebrations. I have like we have National Day when the Slovakia was established. Uh, then we have Day, which is like against the fascism, and but we don't really celebrate it. For me, I don't know anyone who celebrates it. Most likely, it's like a Christmas and Easter, main ones, which we kind of celebrate somehow. And also, we have something like I don't know how to say it in English, but in France, it's like Saint Nicolas. It's like before the Christmas, 2 weeks. That one night you just put your shoes in the window and you get their sweets in the morning, like from Saint Nicholas. But yeah, it's like some national celebrations, which I know.
So talking about Slovakian food, can you name most delicious and cultural dishes that you have?
Okay, I'm really, really into this. I really like Slovakian traditional foods. It's my favorite dish. It's like the first one, which is like we have really famous. It's like called in Slovakia brinzové halušky. It's like this meal like consists of how to say, it's like a boiled lump of potato. It's similar to gnocchi and brinza, which is basically some soft sheep cheese, and it's sprinkled with some cooked bits of bacon. It's really good. I like it. It's my favorite food ever, and I would eat it every day if I could. But here in England, you can't really get it. So, but that's really good. It's obviously it's super cool. You should try it. And it's really good. And then we have also and some more food with soft sheep cheese, and obviously beer is really good. But it's also the common thing with the Czechs, like really good beer. And I'm pretty sure that our beer is much better than here in the UK because they don't know how to drink beer. They don't have even the crown like on the top. They just drink it like it looks like a lemonade. So, and you pay here for a beer like £7, but you get really shitty beer. In Slovakia, you pay like 80 cents, but you get top class beer.
And what is the attitude of Slovakian people to the beer? Because you have your country produces beer, and you have breweries in there. So what is the attitude of people to the beer? They consume a lot of beer.
Yes, people in Slovakia consume a lot of beer. They like it, and it's really cheap. So I don't see any reason why they wouldn't do it. And yes, we have some breweries which are mostly owned, I think, by outside companies like Heineken and some big corporations which buy them. But it's still better than British beer. Still better because the taste is different. But for a really good beer, to be honest, I will go to Czech Republic, to Pilsner Urquell. I'm not really into beer, to be honest. I don't drink beer myself. I drink just Guinness because it doesn't taste like a beer, but I don't like beer myself. But we have really good distilleries like homemade. We can do our homemade alcohol in Slovakia. So if, for example, like my parents, they have like big garden with a lot of fruit trees, and literally you can just grow your own fruit, then just burn it and make yourself like distillate, like plants or apples or whatever you want. And it's really good. The homemade is the best, I think. But we have some distilleries as well, really famous Borovička, which is made from coniferous trees, which is really strange for someone. And Western people can't handle our distillates because it's too strong, and they really end up under the table within 20 minutes when they start drinking. So so this is this one.
Now we will talk about Slovakian people in general. Can you name common portrait of Slovakian person and maybe the personality and lifestyle?
Okay, so like common portrait. Okay, I would say like average Slovakian. I can start with a normal day. I would say like they just wake up in the morning, they ride kids to the school, they go to work. I think most of the people in Slovakia would work in automotive industry because we have a lot of automotive producers. So they go to some of these big companies like Volkswagen, Audi, Jaguar, Land Rover, or Kia, or whatever, and they just work there on the assembly line or something. And after that they just go. They have a couple of beers and they go home. This, I would say, like is an average day there. And average Slovakian personality, it's really hard to say. We have really some smart people, which I really appreciate, and also some people. Yeah, it's really bad. I don't like the like sharing the hate news, and it's really, I don't know. Some people, I would say, I don't know if they're uneducated or it's problem because we are a socialist country and they still somehow believe in it, and they still think like, yes, like this kind of way, so they can like handle some more conservative topics such as um, I don't want to start this topic, like some conservative topics in the West, like in Slovakia it's conservative, but in the West it's normal, like yeah, like as I mentioned, like drug policy or some other topics. And Slovakian man average is probably drinking a lot, yes, and they probably have some diesel car, like Volkswagen Golf or something like that, and yes, they hate politicians. They don't really care what they are doing. They just read um, topic of the news like they did something bad, but they don't know circumstances, why it happens, or what was the reason. They just hate because they know very little of the topic, so they can't really argue with you. But it's very hard to convince them or change their mind, even though your argumentation is very, very good, very, very significant. You don't change their mind, and it's really hard. So that's why every time I'm in Slovakia, I don't talk about politics, I don't talk about anything. They ask me how is London, I'm saying it sucks, it's really bad, I hate it. Yeah, it's very expensive here. It's we have tiny flats which are like £2,500 per month, and yeah, Slovakia is the best, and that's what they want to hear. So I'm totally calm, I'm fine, I can hang out with my friends from high school or from primary school, and I don't need to say them like, yeah, in London, yeah, it's difficult, but it's really good because we have good salaries. So you have access to anything here. If you are a person with ambitions, you have a good university degree, you can do a lot here. But I don't say this because they don't want to hear it. So yeah, that's, yeah, it's true. In Slovakia, it's really good, and the West is really bad. So, especially my grandma, she's always asking. I say, yeah, it's so bad in London. Yes, I hate it. I don't know why I went there studying, but yeah, it's really good here.
Family institution important for Slovakian people, or they more chill out and not really family oriented and very individual?
Yes, this is totally true in Slovakia. If you, for example, have a kid with a girl, it's like you're gonna marry her. It's like in the West here, it's not like that. Like I can see people like they just live together, they have kids, but they are not married. But in Slovakia, it's not common. It's it's rare. Like in Slovakia, once you have a girlfriend, you have a kid with her, you're gonna marry her, and yeah, I can't say about statistic of divorces, but I would say it's much lower number than here in England. And yeah, but it's also the security, and I really like this one in Slovakia, this tradition. Like, yeah, it's especially like it's a family thing, Even if you don't wanna, like your family is going to push you to marry the girl, and yeah, to provide the security for a family, and also these things when you are, for example, building a house or something, like all your friends or people from village comes to help you with building, and when someone else is building, you are coming there to help them to building, so everybody has a house. So this is really what I like. It's not like that in London. In London, it's like everybody on his own. Like we are not a team. Everybody on his own. But in Slovakia, it's not like that. Nobody's on his own. Like family, friends are helping you much more than here. Like when I was, for example, in hospital here, it was my first year here. I was started to play hockey for University of London, and I get injured and I end up in hospital. So I ask my friends, like, can you bring me something here? And they're like, oh, no, I can't. Like, yeah, this was really, but I was really surprised. They were like, yeah, but I would need to travel like 45 minutes by a tube and bus. to get there, and they just some excuses. This will happen in Slovakia. Like I have like thousand people who would come to bring me anything I want. This is what I really don't like here. If, for example, you see a guy here lying on the street, it's like he can be unconscious or whatever. No, like there is only few people who would help him. Like most people will just walk around, like, and to pretend like they haven't seen him. But in Slovakia, no, they won't do it. Or I believe they won't do it. Maybe I'm too positive and too optimistic, but I would say they won't do it. But here, normal. You see like homeless people sleeping on the streets. It's really terrible. People really don't care here. They are on their own. I saw one guy who actually steal a handbag from some lady here in London, and I tried to help her, but the guy he jumped on a scooter and he just ran away. But no one else reacted. Like everybody was like they just turned their head somewhere else. Like nothing happened. What the fuck? I asked her if she's okay, and I was trying to remember like the plate number of the motorcycle, but everybody else was like chilled. Like, yeah, what's wrong? Yeah, in London there are thefts every day. So, yeah.
And what age people usually get married in Slovakia nowadays?
Early, I would say like 20, 22. Much more early than here. In Slovakia, if you are over 30, you are considered an old person, and it will be lucky if you get married after 30. And it's also like a society thing, if you are 30 and single, they think that either you are weird or you are uh, homosexual, or you are like somehow different, from the others, like, or you like to have more girls, not just one, this kind of person. And even for a girl, if you are over 30 and you don't have a husband, it's like, it looks like people talk about you, like something with you or something, or you are into girls too, or I don't know. So in Slovakia, it's quite early. I have classmates from my primary school who married like when they were 18, 19, 20, 21. Yeah, I'm one of the weird person who is 24 and still not married. But I live in London, so it's
Okay. And talking about love and relationship, can you name in general positive and negative sides of dating person from your country? It's generalized, of course, but it's all about personality in real life. But still, maybe you have some specific things that each country have.
yes, I can name it. So, for example, when you date Slovakian, it's different if you have like normal guy, like not some kind of asshole or some. So yeah, sorry, that was a bad word. So if you are dating a Slovakian guy and he's not a total moron, then yeah, he would really care about you, and I mean in all terms, like with everything, trying to help you with everything and as he can. But I mean in here, I can compare it here in the UK. People are a little bit different. They date to each other, but everybody is on his own once again. I would say, like in Slovakia, for example, I would date a girl who is trying to get somewhere, like to find some job. So I would ask a lot of my friends if I can get her some job in her area of work or whatever. Or yeah, so yeah, we are helping each other. But here it's not like that. It's more like they are looking for the benefits they can have from each other. It's really common here. And yeah, also a lot of men here are like just playing with the girls, and they have a little like these weird rules here. I would say for me as a Slovakian, here when the guy is like seeing a girl, and they are obviously in Slovakia they will be dating. Here they don't call it dating; they call it like we are seeing each other. So they are not locked into, so they can see also other people, but they are not exclusive. They call it like exclusivity.
Yeah.
And this is what I was really I was like really surprised by this one, that they have these exclusivity rules. And when you became exclusive, you can just seeing each other. In Slovakia, we will call it dating for like 6 months or 1 year. But you don't call it dating here. It's just seeing each other. And then after like 1 year, you become exclusive. So then you are not seeing other people as well. Which is, yeah, this is, I mean, because they want to, one guy from here, he tried to explain it to me, and he say like, we want to keep our options open, you know, if someone else show up or something. And yeah, I don't know if it's like in north of England or somewhere, but in London it's like this. And yeah, because it's a metropole, it's big town, so everybody wants to keep his opportunities open. Yeah, this is also a little bit strange for me as a Slovakian. Slovakia, you're just seeing a girl, you are dating her, and you are not seeing other persons. In London, you do it, but you also see other people because you are not exclusive. And I was like, yeah, it's insurance premium, you know, like exclusive. Yeah, so yeah, that's it. But it's really careful, like very careful. I would say, like we are caring about our partners. Like, yeah, we cook for them, we do whatever. And I mean, yeah, it's so different. Like we are helping each other much more, I would say, than people here help each other when they are dating together, because yeah, they don't know if they will stay together, so they don't really want to be into each other. So yeah, it's kind of weird, yeah, for me a little bit.
Can you describe a Slovakian girl and Slovakian guy in a few words?
Okay, Slovakian girls, beautiful, tall. I don't know if it's like description. Yeah. Usually they are tall, much more tall than here. And what else? What Slovakian girl? Slovak girls are like, they are not. They are modest. You know, they don't expect much. I mean, they don't look really into your assets more than you as a person. That's totally different here in London. It's totally different. You can have here like girls who would be really happy in Slovakia if they would find like one guy in like 5 years, because yeah, there is huge competition, but they are here like so big headed in a club, like yeah, I'm a queen here. But in Slovakia, that girl will be sit in the dark corner somewhere in the back of the room. But in Slovakia, you come to the club or somewhere and you see like totally beautiful girls, and they're like super cool, like chilled, you know, they're modest. You don't need to pay them like overpriced drinks. You don't need to have like super sport car or bring like super expensive holiday, but they are still happy to be with you. And it's totally different here in London. This is really consuming city. So yeah, it's totally different here. Here is everybody asking like, what's your job? Where do you live? If you live in Mayfair or Knightsbridge, or you live in Kensington or North, South, you know, South is not that good. So, and the boys in Slovakia, they want to show up. They are usually buying super old sport cars because it's like the way they like to present themselves, like super old, noisy cars. I don't know. I'm not into this. I have myself a car, which is not that old, but yeah, I like my car, but it's not to show up but I'm just a fan of the cars. But I don't have it to show up. I have it as a collectible because I don't really drive it because I'm in the UK and my car is in Slovakia. So yeah, actually, so yeah, and they like to, they think they need to, I think Slovak boys, they think they need to give the Slovak girls a lot, like present themselves a lot, like with these manners, like they have money and they have this and this. But I don't think they don't really need the Slovak girls. They don't really require it. They just wanna like honesty, you know, like, trustworthy and attention, and that's it. You know, they don't really need like you to have like 20 years old Mercedes S500, you know, it's not the point. Yeah. So if you have attention and this kind of stuff. So yeah, but they are really like I think it's Slovak people dating together. They really look after each other, and they are like one team, like one entity. But here, two different persons, and everybody's on his own. I can't say for everyone. I'm just saying generally people I know and people who are around me.
So now it's time to spin in the wheel. Basically on my website I have random amounts of USDC and I have a wheel. So now I will spin the wheel and random amount will be appear, and this amount I will send it to your cryptocurrency wallet as a prize. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, yeah, nice.
25.
Dollars.
So now we will spin an NFT wheel. Okay.
Oh, ultimate rare.
Ultimate rare.
Okay. Let's see your NFTs you make.
Yes, I have an NFT collection on OpenSea. So you can
Yes.
go right now on OpenSea and type unique or typical. It's the name of the podcast. And you should to choose any art from Ultimate Rare collection.
Okay.
And I will send it to you, okay?
Your accent is so clear. It's like it's so pure Russian accent. I like it.